Hello, thank you for joining us on Biology Weekly. Today we'll be talking about antibiotic resistance. So we were taking antibiotics and we were always taking antibiotics. So we killed off all the bacteria except for a few that happened to be resistant to these antibiotics. And they grew inside our bodies. And now we're full of these resistant bacteria and the antibiotics do not work anymore. So as shown in our previous videos, this resistance develops because the bacteria they mutate too, and some of their mutations develop a new variety of the same bacteria, but the varieties that are resistant to these antibiotic medicines. So then they grow in the body, and the antibiotic medications don't work on them, they don't affect them at all, and they continue to grow in our body. And this is a serious issue because for years we've been taking antibiotic medications without considering this evolution aspect of this antibiotics of these bacteria. So next time, please do not buy antibiotic medicines without prescriptions. If you are a medical store owner or someone who works there, please do not give antibiotic medicines without prescription. And if you're a doctor, we hope that you're aware of this antibiotic resistance problem, that these bacteria also evolve. So we hope that you don't also give the antibiotic medication prescriptions randomly and only give it when it's absolutely necessary. So in this video, we'll talk about, in simple words, in simple explanations, about how this antibiotic resistance happens and why it's a problem. So let's start. Say this is someone's body, and just take, for example, this is some bacteria that's been affecting us, like, say, tuberculosis bacteria, and I've just color-coded that in red. So this has been a serious issue, so people discovered an antibiotic, and I've put that in red color. But then, over time, because of mutations, a new variety will develop of that same bacteria. I've coded that in yellow. And now that's growing in the body. And for that, what do we need? Another antibiotic. Because this yellow bacteria would be resistant to this red. So this yellow bacteria would be resistant to this red antibiotic. So now we need another antibiotic. And I've coded that with yellow. But now these will slowly die in the population. And a new strain or a new variety of this bacteria will develop. And I've color-coded that in green. Now that will be resistant to both red and yellow pills. So now we need a new green antibiotic pill for that. And this way, we just keep going and going. But remember that to get a new antibiotic, to discover a new antibiotic medicines, it takes a long time. And uselessly or unnecessarily, we don't have to keep taking antibiotics and destroying the existing bacteria in us by creating new bacteria to form. We'll see how. So another issue is also in mass production farms. I'm not talking about local farmers and local butchers where they have their own cattle and they feed them and take care of them properly. No, I'm talking about these big companies that produce, breed these animals in big bunches and then kill them in bunches, right? So there, let's say like a chicken business farm. So there what they do is maybe originally these chickens had an issue with these green and red bacteria, and they would have been given these green and red antibiotics. But over time, those bacteria would start developing these mutations or new varieties, say coded in black and yellow, which now grow in the population. So slowly this red and green ones will die, but now their bodies are full of this yellow and black bacteria. So now this red and green antibiotic pills will not work anymore. And then if you continuously still keep giving these red and green antibiotics, it's useless, and it's worse because you're now producing new strains that are resistant to these antibiotics. Worse, if you're randomly just giving these red and green antibiotics for some bacteria that's almost not even there in your body or causing much harm, you're killing them, but then they might be competing for food and space with other bacteria, say the ones in yellow and orange. Now you're letting them grow in the body, and now our bodies will be full of these bacteria, and now we don't even have antibiotics for these bacteria anymore. And that's also a big problem. And same thing with the humans. Also, and if we humans eat those animals, now we're going to take in those antibiotic resistant bacteria too, and it's going to be an issue for us too. So even with humans, say we have we originally had an issue with these red and green bacteria, but now they're not a problem anymore because they're mutants or they're competitors, like this orange and green bacteria, orange and blue bacteria are now growing in the body. These red and green pills won't work anymore. And as I said, if there are new strains, these black and yellow bacteria are growing in our body, these old red and green antibiotic pills will not work anymore because our bodies are full of these resistant yellow and black bacteria now. And for that, now we need to find a new antibiotic medicine. So, unnecessarily, do not take antibiotics. First of all, not all bacteria are bad. If you remember, the process of turning milk to curd is done by lactobacillus bacteria. That is not a bad bacteria for humans. So don't unnecessarily kill bacteria. You don't have to. And don't randomly just take any antibiotic because we don't know what bacteria is causing a problem to us, and we need to take an antibiotic that will maybe eliminate that one, because if you take a wrong one, then we're eliminating some other random bacteria and growing something else in its place, and now we might have that problem in the population and we have to look for more antibiotic medications, and this takes time. So we hope this video was helpful for you. I hope the next time you take antibiotics you will think twice or thrice. And we hope this video was useful and you got some good information. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll be coming up with more useful and interesting videos like this. And please put your comments and feedbacks in the comment section below. And thank you very much. Bye.